AFC wildcard round between the Colts and the Texans. Number 6 against number 3. It's going to be Andrew Luck that is going to pick up his first playoff win during the Super Bowl run over at his hometown of Houston, because he went to high school over at Stratford High School. It is Andrew Luck that threw a total of 53 touchdowns during his high school year. So that is very telling about what's going to happen. When the Colts were 6-6, their first game occurred at Houston against the Houston Texans. It is going to be Deshaun Watson that is going to be 1-2 against number 12, Andrew Luck, this year. It is Andrew Luck that is a snake in the Chinese zodiac. Snake is number 6 in the order of the Chinese zodiac. Andrew Luck is born in the year 1989. His first win occurring at his hometown this year. Born on a month of 9-12, September the 12th, a total of 9 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in his playoff career for Andrew Luck. It is Deshaun Watson that wears number 4. The Houston Texans are the 4th seed. It's Andrew Luck that can pick up his 4th victory in the playoffs against Deshaun Watson. And in the wild card round, he's going to have a 3-1 record in the wild card round. And this would occur after he beats Houston, because it is Houston that equals 31. Houston, Andrew Luck equal 112 in gematria. But get this, the Houston Texans in title both equal 66. The first team being the Houston Texans. You go to Billy O'Brien's record, him and his bad play calling. He would lose his 41st game as the Houston Texans head coach in the playoffs. He's got a total of 40 losses. It is Andrew Austin Luck that equals 41, and it is Super Bowl in gematria that equals 41. But get this. Experience is going to pay off in the playoffs. Not looking good for Lamar Jackson. Not looking good for Deshaun Watson. Experience equals 59. Atlanta, Georgia equals 59. Andrew Luck's got the playoff experience. 6 games for him. He's the 6th seed in the AFC. I already talked about number 12 and how it relates to the first disciple to recognize Christ. St. Andrew equals 104 in gematria. It's very clear for Andrew what he has to do is to win on the road. Win on the road equals 65. It is Andrew in gematria that equals 65. Very clearly, you can see how this is all adding up for Indianapolis to win during the playoffs. So we have Andrew Luck, the snake, going to end the year with 6 losses, right? Because the Indianapolis Colts are 10-6 right now. They're going to remain at 7 losses. The Indianapolis Colts represent a political theme about what's going to happen with Trump, which is impeachment, and the Democrats stormed back to take back the House. It is Blue Wave in gematria that equals 91. The Colts had a 9-1 record during their last 10 games. Florida is Republican, right? Houston, Texas is Republican. Tennessee is Republican, right? The governor, or the vice president, Michael Pence, is from Indiana. So we've got a very symbolic blue wave, and how this ties into the political arena for 2019. Very interesting. Andrew Luck making the playoffs, it was inevitable for number 12 because you have 2019 adding up to 12. And I can talk about creative life paths and what 2019 is going to bring for all of the creative life paths. Andrew Luck is a 3 life path, can win the Colts' 3rd Super Bowl title. So here is the blue wave here. The Texans to finish 11-6 and the Colts to have an 11-6 record. It is, after all, November the 6th. That was the day of the midterm. So that's what the 11-6 record is going to represent. And even though Dallas and the state of Texas is Republican, I mean, the Cowboys wear blue. And that's definitely going to say something for Dallas and their win against Seattle. Even though they're in a red state, I like that 11-6 record and that cowboy blue. So I think I've outlined what's going to happen pretty well. Very lastly, Bill O'Brien would lose 3 of 4 playoff games against the state of Indiana after he loses this week. Indiana and Reich both equal 34 in gematria. And very clearly, Andrew Luck's going to have a 4-3 record in the playoffs with head coach Frank Reich in there. His first playoff game, the Comeback Kings. 32 points. They were down, the Buffalo Bills and Frank Reich. Jim Kelly hurt against the Houston Oilers. Oliver Luck, directed by the Houston Oilers. Andrew Luck down 28 points against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then we have the number 13 and the Colts I'm talking about to finish the year on a 13-1 run. Their last loss would occur during Week 13. Well, 1-3 in the playoffs for Bill O'Brien. Number 13. His third playoff loss against the number 3 Life Path. September is 9, and then 12 adds up to 3. In 1989 adds up to 27. 27 adds up to 9. So Andrew Luck's life path is a 3. 2019, 2019 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I expect a really big year for 3 life paths. The creative life path. Creative ways to win for Andrew Luck and company. Getting Johnny Von Clowney offsides. Houston Texans. This is going to be the end for these guys. We are going to see some experience shape up in the playoffs. Big question with Dak Prescott. He's got the experience before, and this guy cannot go 0-2 at the Cowboys Stadium. But he's got experience before. Dak Prescott played a playoff game, so that rationale, it's just not going to hold up against the Dallas Cowboys this week if you're leaning towards going with the Seattle Seahawks. Very different team, and Cowboys are red hot right now.